Dee 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 dee. How do I sound? Does it sound all right today? I have a weird notification lit up on my dash on the computer, which is leading me to believe, and I hope I'm wrong here, but it's leading me to believe that even though I have my microphone plugged in, that it is my laptop mic that's picking me up. Do I sound terrible, weird, and tin canny to you guys? Oh no. Oh, it sounds all right. Okay, it lied to me. You know, it's really frustrating when I can't even trust the little emblems and notifications on my dash. That's why I always have to go and manually check. Like, I have to go to the YouTube tab and check the very delayed video to hear my own voice manually. I guess it's better to be safe than sorry, yeah. Anyway, um sorry about the other day where I not only did I change the stream time a bit, but then I accidentally made it for like a month in advance. Oi, oi, oi. I'm sure you all can guess as to why I couldn't stream that night. Very unfortunately, I was attacked with another horrendous, horrible, torturous migraine. And listen to this. Please, anybody in chat, if you suffer with migraines yourself, I have discovered that there is a weird physical precursor that now signifies to me that a migraine is incoming. I don't know if you guys remember, but like 2 days before I had this migraine in chat, again, I was complaining about those really violent, uncontrollable chills. Again, like it happened to me while I was streaming live again. And it seems as though that is a precursor for some weird reason to a migraine headache. I don't know. I don't know what it is. First of all, I don't know what the chills are, but it's so violent and it has absolutely nothing to do with me actually being cold. It like comes from within. It's so weird. Anybody else have that? Can anybody relate to that in any way? I don't know what this means, no spoons. No spoon says prodrome is greater than migraine is greater than postdrome. I don't know what that means, man. And Sam, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you can chat again. And by the way, I did check. I don't know if you saw my DM, but I did check and Hussy was blocked. I don't remember if I did it, why I did it, when I did it, but I unblocked him now. Um what else we got? Is there stress involved? I mean, yes. Definitely. I want to share this with you guys. I wouldn't normally, but I want to share this with you guys just in hopes that you will all join with me together and send positive and healing energies towards my mother because my mother recently she fell and she really hurt herself. Like she fell down the stairs in her home. So if you guys would just please join me in sending positive and healing energy in her direction, I would really really appreciate it. I feel so bad for her. I feel so worried for her. I have so many emotions and they're all scary and stressful and not good, you know? And she'll probably watch this. So, all of your guys' nice messages, I'm sure she'll really appreciate them. Amber Chick says, so sorry to hear that. Sending good vibes her way. Russ says, so sorry to hear that. Run with Scissors says, I would get checked for autoimmune disease, all the love. Do you mean in regards to the chills and with the migraine? Like, yo, please don't even send me down that path. Do you know how I really don't need another physical fucking ailment? I don't even want to hear that, man. Creasy says, sending her love. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Rose says, healing vibes to Mama P. Dreamer says, I'm so sorry. Peace. Sending both of you healing love. Shadow Hair says, wishing your mom a speedy recovery. Thank you so much. I'm sure this will uh brighten her day and make her feel a little bit better, because I know she'll watch. I know she'll watch the stream, and she definitely always watches the beginning. Yeah, Silvana, I said my mom, she fell recently. She fell down the stairs and she hurt herself. She hurt both her wrist and her ankle. And it's just scary, man. It's scary because remember how I talked about how depressed I was with my birthday looming and just myself getting older? I'll tell you the truth. What I'm more so upset about is when I get older, that means that everybody else around me that I love gets older as well. And that's a really scary thought. Fernette Sparks says, your mom watches? Absolutely, she does. Absolutely, she does. Are you new, Fernette? Have you not watched me? My mom has been watching for a long time. She tries to keep up with the drama as best she can. She most of the time has no idea what I'm talking about, but yeah, she does watch. She watches to support and also to, I think it's more so also to have something to talk about with me and to try and support what I'm doing. She's cute like that. Oh my God, is it Judy? Judy says, just looked it up. Chills are a pre-symptom of migraines. I hope your mom heals quickly. And P, I have the same feelings about age. My parents, first of all, thank you so much for looking that up. I think I'm comforted. I think I'm happy to know, because I was really worried that it was two separate issues, because the chills thing is something that was so foreign to me and so absolutely strange. Oy, oy, oy. So thank you for looking it up. I guess I'm relieved to know that it's not two separate issues and that it is genuinely a precursor to the migraines. Fernette says, oh, I'm not new, but that's great. See, that's only reason why I asked you if you were new is because I've mentioned it so many times and I'm surprised that you've missed it. I've also, like, my mom, like, we have together talked to my mother like a bunch of times. So I'm just shocked that you missed it. And Sam, as usual, thank you so much for sharing the links. I didn't think you were gonna come today or make it, so I posted it myself. And there's no comparison. The way that I post it is so terrible. The way that you post it is so beautiful and organized, and you post everything that's necessary and needed. And thank you, Potato. Potato says, why can't I make this go on screen? Potato says, left massive speedy recovery for mom. What does mom and nut think of all this? Yo, oh my God, my mother is shocked. My mother is so shocked by what goes on here. She has a lot of opinions too that I can't share because she has opinions. She has opinions about a lot of the different people that engage, a lot of what happens, a lot of the back and forths. She has a lot of opinions. And it's just, I don't know. She keeps up as much as she can. And that's all I'll say. What else? What? Damn, Sama gets all the praise for doing I don't know what, but when I'm banging rock stars and politicians, it's crickets. She gets praised because she comes in here and she's an excellent mod. That's why I praise her. Eric says, I hope your mom is okay. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm going to stop reading the messages. I know she really doesn't look at chat, so I wanted to read them so she hears that people are wishing her well, but I'm going to stop now so we could get into the situation at hand, because we have a lot to cover today. And this is probably going to be quite a marathon of a stream, because there's a lot of different things I want to react to and cover. And I don't know where to even begin. I don't know how to begin. I don't know if we should, because I want to react to DC. I already have the DC stream queued up, but I don't know if we should watch the stream of Sam reacting to her. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. But did she even react to DC properly? I don't think she did. And I don't want to miss it. Jarella says best wishes to your mom. Thank you. Russ says I reviewed her already. Oh, I'm sure you did, and I know many people did as well, but I would like to I have different opinions than most. So I think it's necessary to react and share my opinions. Didn't I though? Sam, did I not replace it? Hold on. I thought I replaced it immediately. Oh my god, it didn't stick. Oh man, I'm glad you reminded me because I thought I did it immediately when I saw you come in. Hold on, let me find one to pin. Where's the replace? Do I have to remove mine first? Hold on. Unpin message. And then pin yours. There we go. What? There used to be an option of replace pinned message. Is that gone now? That's annoying. And there we go. Happy 4th. Yo, how do you guys feel about July 4th? I have very mixed feelings about today as a holiday. It's more so, it's like a fucking nuisance because for the entire month of July, it's going to sound like a fucking war zone outside. Like, I'm not excited about that. I'm never excited about that. I don't know about you or where you live, but it's the 4th today. Like tonight is the 4th. Tonight is when you would expect people to be playing with fireworks or whatever. But for the past 2 nights, it's already been like the 4th of July. Like, can we stop? Aren't those illegal? Like, Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm not an annoying Karen. Like, I would never be the kind to call police or anything like that. And I'm all for it. Like, do it on the 4th, on the night of the 4th. Let's have a celebration. Let's enjoy it. But to do it every fucking night in the month of July, you know what it is? Amber Chick says, I can't be bothered to care. Let me tell you why it's different for me, okay? I live in New York City where everybody is packed so fucking tightly. So it's like when you have 85 fucking people in a 5 centimeter fucking radius, all fucking shooting off what sounds like bombs at the same time. It is like noise pollution isn't even a severe enough fucking word to use. It is terrible. Caitlin's had said, Pistachio, why do you hate freedom? It's about the fucking fireworks and it's about, oh my God, everything. Yeah, I would imagine Amber Chick says I can see that being annoying. I'm in Alabama. These rednecks have been shooting fireworks since Monday, LL. But I would imagine that if you're living in Alabama, that your homes are way like there's a huge spaces apart in your vicinity to one another. Believe me when I tell you, it is so super different when you live in a heavily populated block of individuals and every single person, and consider like a fucking, oh my God. I'm not even getting into it. I don't even want to complain anymore. But it's terrible. That's all I'll say. It is fucking terrible. Potato says today's the 100th anniversary of the Caesar salad, which I like a lot more than America at the moment, not gonna lie. Is it really the 100th anniversary of the Caesar salad? I like Caesar salad too. It's a good salad, but you know what fucks me up? It fucks me up that there's fucking anchovy in it. Like, I don't want to know that. I resent whoever ever made me fucking aware of that because I do enjoy it, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to fucking know it. Like, ill to the fucking anchovies. What else we got here? I think we should. Yo, Silvana. Silvana says the whole month is 4th of July here. We have fun. The European Championships are currently. Yo, do they do fireworks in where you're at? Is that legal? Can you get fireworks where you're at? Like, I have no idea how that would even work. Rio says, "Hey girls, happy 4th of July." Yeah, I mean, I forgot to say happy 4th, did I? Happy 4th to those of you who intend to have a happy fucking 4th. I'm going to be an old, complaining fucking curmudgeon for the entirety of July. So, and I'm not even ashamed of it. Not even a little bit. All right, let's get right into it though. I think I want to begin by reacting to DC's stream unimpeded, uninterrupted. And to be honest, I am so super not excited to hear fucking Sam's voice at all. Maybe we can avoid listening to her altogether. What up, Dad? How you doing? Happy 4th. All right, let me share the screen and let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Share the screen. I got stood up, said trombone. Wee. What's the trombone sound like? Bah, 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 bah. Is that what it is? All right, let's start at the beginning. Come on with these fucking collages in the beginning. It's very old school editing software that comes preloaded onto your computer in like 08. Come on, DC, with your shit. Here we go. Can we speed it up on this? Yes, we can. The fuck is this?
My precious baby dogs.
And yo, did she proper get a haircut or did she just finally take out those fucking extensions? Like, yo, I don't know if DC, if you're watching, legitimately, my favorite hairdo I've ever seen you do, and I really genuinely think you look so fucking cute wearing it, is, do you guys remember there was one, it was either a stream or a picture or something, and I've used it in a thumbnail before, where she had short hair, kind of like this, maybe a little shorter, and she put a little half ponytail that was sticking straight up like fucking pebbles. I don't know why, but it made her look younger and it made her look so fucking cute, like the cutest I've ever seen her. So I say, fucking comb these bangs back, do a half pony that's sticking straight up. That is my favorite fucking hairdo from DC ever.
I love the fact that my intro ends with my precious, precious baby dogs. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I am not going to be here for too long because what I have to say is not going to take that long to say. Welcome to everybody. It's good
Polly
to have you. Thank you,
Pocket.
thank you. Okay. Hello, everybody. So today I had a very important date and I got stood up. Sad fucking trombone.
Did she get stood up or did she not have his current address? Because that matters a whole lot. You feel me? And you know what, I don't know if she mentions it, and I'm going to check in chat if anybody knows. What type of court, what type of charges is she trying to bring against him right now? Like, it has to be civil, because if it was criminal, it would be handled way differently, right? Like, what type of civil charges is she trying to bring against him? Does anybody know? I don't know if she mentions it because I pre-watched this a little bit and I did not catch her mention at all. Can K Patty says, giving her attention like everyone else is. In the exact same way, Bodega inched their way in support group of people are morons. We're going to discuss that, K Patty. In fact, that is part of the reason why I am choosing to react to this and discuss it. We're going to get into that for sure. There's a piece, there's something that DC Media Girl says in this live stream that I'm going to use as my jump off point to begin to speak in that direction. So wait, you'll see exactly what I mean in a little bit.
Yes, certain people need to understand that using terms like I know for a fact doesn't work when you don't know fucking fuck all. Okay?
Yeah, yo,
Stop.
does anybody know? I'm telling you, I watched a little bit of this, like enough of this, and I don't think she mentions it at all. Leanna says, I'm confused if this is for the actual call or a TRO. Is this a TRO? Is this a civil case? Like, what is she trying to bring against him? Nobody seems to have answered in chat either. I don't know. I guess we'll listen together and hope that she specifies.
Oh, thank you, Arcticana. Thank you very, very much. I love this comment. Let me highlight it. Hello to both of the Gen X's. It's good. It's good to see everybody. Okay.
Oi.
I just lost my train of thought. All right, let me regain it. So, contrary to what you have been told by certain people who think they know everything.
Who does she mean? I'm assuming she means Sam. Like, who else has spoken about this that she's claiming is giving bad information? We're gonna watch that as well because I'm assuming she means Sam.
After I received the recording of the 911 call that sent the fire department and the police and everybody to the attic in May.
Wait, she's talking about Owl? Okay, we have to watch that then. And listen, I'm going to try to reserve my judgment for when we watch the Owl stream together. But Owl has also made some wrong assumptions in regards to the Hussey and Gigi case as well in the past. And I like Owl. I wish she wouldn't jump to conclusions like that. But I've seen her do it before. So we'll definitely watch together and we'll decide. Liana says, Owl, she didn't bow. Well, okay, what do you mean by she didn't bow? I thought DC was saying that she got information or assumptions wrong regarding the case. Are you saying that DC is only talking this? And you know what's fucked up too? It fucks me up that like the way DC is discussing the way she acquired the 911 call. It's like you can't give any amount of credit to Owl because Owl is the one who did the legwork. Owl is the one who did all of the legwork to retrieve that 911 call. And no matter what kind of personal terms you're on with somebody, I think you should be able to give credit and have gratitude for the person who put that call in your hands. You know what I mean? Assumptions is the key word. Okay, see that I understand. Like I said, Mr. Goose, Owl has made false assumptions in regards to court cases, in regards to the Gaining Ground and Hussey case as well, and she has to stop doing that. She really has to stop doing that. Or she at least needs to make it very clear that she's unsure about what she's saying and that she is making an assumption. You know what I mean?
I did take action. I just didn't do it right away, and I did not feel compelled to give everybody a minute-by-minute update as to what I was doing. Because why would I? Why would I? It was nobody's business on the fucking internet. It dealt with my business, and what have I said more than once? Don't fuck with my family, and don't fuck with my money. Get your hand out of my pocket, and get your goddamn nose out of my house. So I did in fact go.
You know what fucks me up too? It's like this community and this space of people that we discuss together. It's like it seems as though nobody ever learns from their mistakes, from the mistakes of others. It's constant repeating of history. It's like this. Do you know why they're in this particular situation in the first place? It's like, how many different times did tragic and bodega people bounce back and forth from being DC and Neg supporters to enemies to back to supporters to then they all of a sudden they have similar enemies, so they're friends again, and then they turn on each other, and then as a result of the new people that bodega's cozying up to, it ends up their enemies again and are making false 911 calls to Negs' store. Like, it's such a ridiculous clusterfuck. It's so hard for me to take anything that any of these people do or say fucking seriously as a result of it. It's like, what? What do you base your alliances on? Is it really only about when and who are your common enemies at the moment? That's such a fucked way to live your life. And then you cannot be surprised when the shitty people who have shown you personally just how shitty they are, you can't be surprised when they fuck you over again for the 80th fucking time. Like, come on, man. Come on.
And I filed a police report in May. I did. And when I went to the police station, and for those of you who don't believe me, I tweeted all this out, and it's all on the farm, so you can see it there if you want. Okay, so here's the first page of the police report. Let me see if I can enhance this. It looks like I can't. But what I'll do is I'll just put this tweet in chat in case some of you are not on Twitter or you don't feel like going over to the twits at the moment. Okay, so that is the police.
I want to talk about this real quick as well. K Petty says to Silvana, K Petty says, what DC did to you is unforgivable. And I agree. Not only is it unforgivable, but it also, DC still to this very day has not taken accountability, has not admitted what she did at that time, has not even attempted to apologize. Because I'm the kind of person where, and I've said this many times, and I've also proven it, that if somebody is willing to admit their wrongs and apologize and vow to do better, I'm the kind of person, well, I will give anybody countless amounts of fucking chances to be a better person. Absolutely, I will 100% of the time. But the fact that she was willing to do what she did in regards to the revenge porn and the way, because it just added insult to injury. Not only are you going to fucking lie about it, but it was just so disgusting. It was so disgusting what was done, and to this very day there's been no acknowledgement of it. None. No acknowledgement, no apologies, no vowing to do better. That's a real fucking problem to me. Now, I'll say at the same time, I think all of us, everybody, humans, adults in general, I think we should all be capable of admitting when somebody is right. Like, for instance, in this particular situation, it's fucked up that emergency services were abused by Tragic and that 911 was falsely called on Negs's place of business. Like, we should all be able to admit those things while at the same time not pretending like DC is a fucking saint, because she's not. And the sad truth, and I wish things were different. I wish she would be different. But the sad truth is these people, they're all birds of a feather. They are all fucking birds of a feather. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is, man. It's just what it is.
Report. And as you can see, and yeah, I know it's hard to read, this police report was filed on the 16th of May of this year. So, no, in fact, you didn't know shit for a fact. Those of you who thought that you knew exactly what was going on. I filed the police report. I've only posted the first page of it. This is the.
I agree with you. Miss Stripe says she's too stuck in her pride and ego to apologize. And I think it's that also coupled with I think she hesitates to admit that real revenge porn was done because it could have legal implications as well. But it's just everything all together. There are some things that DC has done that really fall into the category of unforgivable. Now, I would feel differently if she acknowledged them, uh, apologized to those she has wronged, and vowed to do better. But it's unfortunate because I've said many times DC has the capability to be funny. She has the capability to be entertaining. And I think she could really get back a lot of the support that she lost, and maybe even get away from her lolcow status if she would stop championing fucking lies, hypocrisy, and ridiculousness. And another thing too that we can never forget, the moment that she hitched her fucking ship to Negs, that solidified her lolcow status because she's forced to lie on his behalf. She is forced to make excuses for his embarrassing fucking cringy behavior, and she enables it. And as a result of that, she has become complicit. Like, there are so many different things that, while we can say, hey, she's right in this particular situation, we have to keep in mind who we're dealing with. We always have to keep that shit in mind.
Cover sheet. And I didn't file the whole police report because really I didn't feel like it. Um, and certain people who have seen the police report will know why I'm not showing the whole thing. It doesn't matter. The point is, I did file a police report. And in the police report, the officer wrote that they had encouraged me to file for an EPO. It's in writing in the police report.
Mm.
And so here is the case. As you can see up here, and I know, again, it's hard to read, but if you go to Twitter, you'll be able to see it. This is the case number. This is the petition filing date, May 20th of 2024. And what it says here is petitioner Claire Alexander Frank, respondent Matthew Berlinger, notice to appear. And the notice to appear was for today at 11 a.m. Fayette Superior Court. Now, I'm not sure why it is that so many people had such a hard time finding this.
For what though? Like, I watched this and maybe I missed it, and that's why I'm listening again. But it's like, what is she trying to, like, what are the charges she's trying to bring against him? What is the reason she's bringing him to court? Like, I know what he's done, but what is she, like, is this civil court? Is she trying to claim, because it's not defamation? Like, what? I don't even know. And I'm telling you, I missed it if she mentioned it.
But it does exist. And I know that people were looking for it. And I know that people went on Twitter to pat themselves on the back and say that this was all some big troll that Anna and I cooked up between us. No, no, I wasn't trolling.
Potato says, who is DC? Hold on. Who is DC supposed to apologize to? So many people are pissed at her, and she's pissed off so many people. It does not seem like any of these relationships seem salvageable / worth it to swallow her pride for. It's not even about apologizing to people specifically. It's about apologizing for her behavior, period. That's what I would respect her for. In terms of, she's done so many things. She's defamed so many people. She's doxed. She's defended doxing. She's been dishonest. And the revenge porn really stands out to me. The malicious doxing of the people around me that I care for and respect, like Sama, for example, like what she's done to Sama simply for criticizing her and trying to hold her accountable for her own behaviors. Like, everything that we hate about Sam, everything that we criticize Sam for, DC is guilty of the same and then some. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, oi, oi.
And I really would appreciate if some of you stop calling me a fucking liar. I really wish you would stop doing that. I wish you would stop listening to people that I do not speak to, people I have no contact with, that who are not my friends, who I don't confide in. And on that note, I just wanted to send out a special word. There was a very small circle of people who knew about this petition. There were people who saw this petition and they kept it under their hats.
What she's about to say now, in my opinion, and I can say this from a purely like I don't know this for fact. I don't know this for fact. I don't know that she's talking about Gaining Ground and Belinda. But I'm assuming, based on what she says, she's either talking about both of them or one of them. And I think the way that she talks about it, it's not smart. I don't know if she's doing it purposely, maliciously, but you're not doing them a favor by thanking them publicly and using the words that you did. She uses the word alliance in regards to who she's talking about, and she does them no favors. Like, if you are truly thankful for either Belinda or Gaining Ground or both for keeping this information under wraps, why not thank them privately? Why the need to make a public spectacle of it, to hide the names for people to very obviously they're going to speculate? Like, to me, it seems nefarious. It seems fucking nefarious. And it seems potentially malicious.
They didn't say a word. And among that group of people, and again, very small group of people, there are some names on that list that would surprise the fuck out of you. And every single one of them kept quiet. Every single one of them respected my privacy and didn't try to interfere with a court case. I am very, very grateful. We all are very grateful to you for your discretion, which is exactly why I'm not mentioning your names. Not one goddamn thing leaked. Not one thing leaked. And I appreciate that. And
You know what's fucked up, DC Media Girl? If you appreciate it, if you truly appreciated it, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying publicly right now. You do them no fucking favors by painting them as fucking alliances. You do them zero fucking favors. Like, yikes.
for that, I want to say thank you. And sometimes you find allies and friends in absolutely the weirdest, most unexpected places. And so to all
We need to hear that again. I need to hear exactly what word she used.
of you, not very, very grateful. We all are very grateful to you for your discretion, which is exactly why I'm not mentioning your names.
Again, I'll say you're not mentioning names, but everybody knows who you're talking about. You may as well mention fucking names.
Not one goddamn thing leaked. Not one thing leaked. And I appreciate that. And for that, I want to say thank you. And sometimes you find allies and friends in
Allies and friends. See, to me, this comes off as manipulative and incredibly malicious because she knows the kind of backlash that they're going to get for her painting them as allies and friends. She fucking knows it. And she did it anyway. That to me does not seem like somebody who is appreciative. I'm sorry.
absolutely the weirdest, most unexpected places. And so to all of you, I want to say thank you. You really have proven yourselves to be not what people think you are. And I am grateful to you. Okay. Now, what happened was leading up to this date, what's his name? Tragic was getting bolder.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked up. It is so fucked up. Liana says it's win-win for her. If they didn't keep it quiet, she would say so. Since they did, she can use it in the other way. It's completely manipulative. I agree with you. And it puts such a bad fucking taste in my mouth because the truth is there is backlash. Like, their own audience, Belinda and Gaining Ground's own audience feels a way because of this purposeful manipulation. And the words that she chose to use, like, listen, I don't know what she thinks. I don't know what the fuck she thinks. But there can never be a friendship there. Too much has been done. DC has shown herself to be too much of a terrible, disloyal, self-serving, fucking, like, come on now, man. I can understand being cordial and being able to report on a situation when, for once, she happens to be in the right. But it's like, I don't think DC is stupid enough to believe that their actual alliances are friends. And it makes this feel absolutely manipulative and low key malicious. And the proof is in the pudding. Like, just take a look. Take a look. It makes Gaining Ground and Belinda look a certain kind of way. It makes them look like they are potentially engaging in enemy of my enemy is my new friend behavior, the same way that Sam and Yaba are in regards to the bodega. Like, and it's fucked up. Like, if she was truly appreciative of them keeping it under wraps, she wouldn't have done this. She wouldn't have said this publicly. She wouldn't have used those words. And it's just fucked up. It shows me that absolutely fucking nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
And bolder on his stream when he appeared on stream. And so was the Rage Pig, and so was the Rage Pig sidekick. The threats were getting bolder and bolder. They were escalating. And Tragic decided that he was going to show off and go into people's chats and make certain confessions. That was a very bad idea, Tragic. That was a really bad.
Strawberry Kiwi says, LOL, why do you assume it's Gigi and Belinda? Bizarre. It's one of them. If it's not both, it's one of them. Are you going to try and lie to me? Or maybe you just don't know? I don't know. Who else could she mean? In your mind, based on those descriptions, who the fuck else could she mean? Like, come on now.
Bad idea. A really bad idea. I'm not going to go into detail, but let's just say that the judge that I went in front of today did not take kindly to Connorsville's emergency services being exploited the way they were. The judge also did not take kindly to what I told him had happened. Now, this is what happened. Leading up to the trial date or the hearing date, Tragic went on stream more than once to say that the police were calling him. He also mentioned this in people's chats. I saw the screenshots of those comments on the farms and in other places. So the police have been calling Tragic. And
yo, does anybody know? She still hasn't mentioned. And I don't even know where to look. What is she bringing him to court for? Like, what are the allegations? What are the potential charges? Like, what is the reason that she's bringing him to court? I know what he's done, but I can't think of anything, especially in terms of civil court. Is she trying to bring, because I know at one point she mentions like loss of potential like finances, but I can't even imagine. Like, does anybody know? I'm pretty sure she doesn't say it. Is it harassment that she's okay, that makes sense, I guess. I know, but for what? Oh, it's about harassment then. Leanna says, I think it's a TRO or EPO. Based on what, though? You need a basis for those things. Is it just blanket harassment? It's crazy that she doesn't mention it. I wish she would.
I'm looking for him for weeks. It's been weeks. As you can see, I did that police report in May.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's fucked up. G says, or it's neither of them, and that's why she is not saying names so people can assume. Exactly. Even if it's not them, the way that she's talking about it, it will make people automatically assume that it's either Gaining Ground or Belinda or both, because of the fact that she has been so active in their chats, and Belinda is about to show up in her chat. So it's like, and come on, man. Like, what does common sense tell you? And like I've said, they have already suffered the backlash. So it's like goal achieved. Absolutely goal achieved. Like crazy, crazy, crazy shit. You know what's really crazy to me? How so many people are so quick to jump on a bandwagon and just be what's her name? Kiwi, what the fuck's her name? Strawberry Douche. Like Strawberry Douche coming in here, fucking championing DC's plight, when for how many fucking years you've been speaking against her obsessively on the farms, man? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What did you forget? Did you fucking forget who she was as a person? Did you forget all the things she's done to your good friend, fucking Belinda? All of the disgusting things her fucking man has said about Belinda, and that she has championed and sat and been complicit too? Like, holy shit, dude. You're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy and you're fucking childish. Like, you have no right to criticize anybody for enemy of my enemy if you are fucking ping ponging back and forth so quickly and so nonchalantly. Like, yes, this is fucked up. What happened with tragic wasting emergency services and placing a false call to 911 for Negs's place of business. Yes, that's fucked up. But everything that's ever happened doesn't just go away like it never happened. DC doesn't magically not be the person that she's always been for so long. Like, come on. Come on.
And then a few days later, I filed the petition for the hearing. Now, here's the thing. When I went in front of the judge today, I could see that obviously Tragic was not in the courtroom. And I also noticed that there was no TV monitor in the courtroom, which meant that he never accepted service, or if he did, he never requested a remote hearing. If he had, we would have seen a TV monitor there. There was none. So obviously.
Wait a second though. Is he the one that needs to request that? Would he be the one that would need to request that, or would she? I'm not even sure. Like, because she's bringing him to a civil court. I don't know how that would work. I'm not sure who. I don't know. I have to look that up.
He did not accept service. Well, that was my assumption.
And
judge asked,
what does accept service mean? Except, does that mean, is that another way to say that he was never properly served? For him to need to appear in court, he needs to properly be served with court papers. So if that didn't happen, then I don't know why anybody would ever expect him to appear in court in the first place, you know?
The clerk. Well, he asked me first. He said, "Do you know where Matthew Berlinger is?" I said, "Well, all I know, Your Honor, is that he has been going on the internet for quite some time, stating that the police are trying to find him, and he is not returning their calls. He's not picking up the phone. And so all that I can assume is that he is dodging service." So the judge said to me, "Well, the thing is, if he doesn't accept service, we can't continue with the hearing." Now, if he had accepted service and not shown up, that would have been different. But the judge told me that if he is not alerted officially to this hearing, then we can't continue.
Okay, good. I'm glad she said that. I guess she is using accepting service in place of him properly being served. I don't know. I've never heard anybody use those words for like meaning this.
So I said, okay. And the first thing I thought was, this is exactly what Sam Telfer used to do. She used to dodge service in an attempt to avoid having to go to court and answer for whatever fuck shit she had been up to.
Now, yeah, I mean, truth be told, if you are never properly served, then you never have to appear in court. It's very different. Like criminal charges are very different. If these were criminal charges, for instance, there would be a warrant put out for your arrest no matter what. Like, you don't need to make one-on-one contact and be served officially when it comes to criminal charges. So I don't know. I don't understand why anybody would expect him to appear in court if he was never properly served in the first place? What am I missing here?
Here's the thing. You can do that. You can try to do that. But as I said, the judge was not amused by Connorsville's emergency services being called out on a fake call. And for all you know, that judge could have a brother, a son-in-law, a brother-in-law, whatever, who was a member of that fire team or works for the police department or is part of one of the teams that showed up at the store that day and completely wasted their time. All right. I keep on reminding people this is a very, very small town where people know each other. Okay. When I went into the police station to
Wait, who is she saying wasted their time? Because if anything, she wasted their time. I don't even know why proceedings would even go forward if he was never properly served. Like, that's them wasting their own goddamn time. Or is that just the way things have to proceed? I don't fucking know.
file the report,
But truthfully, the onus is on whoever, whatever entity was responsible for serving him these papers to appear in court. You know what I mean?
the cop knew immediately who I was, and he knew what I was there for. Because when I mentioned the attic, he's like, "Oh yeah," and I think that he was one of the police officers who reported to the store that day. The tragic called in that fake 911 call. Don't fuck with people in a small town. Don't do it. So he said, "Well, we cannot proceed."
What is that? Do you know that's so fucking dishonest? What does that even mean? Don't fuck with people in a small town. The only reason why you're aware and that you have the evidence that it was tragic in the first place is because Owl did the fucking legwork. Like, you didn't even care enough. I don't know if you didn't care enough or if you didn't know what to do to acquire the evidence needed. But Owl's the one who did the legwork to acquire this recorded fucking phone call from 911. So what does she mean? Don't fuck with people in a small town. Like, it's out of place. It doesn't make sense. It's just dishonest. Hello. Why is this frozen? That's weird. I don't yo, does anybody has anybody ever had a problem with Rumble like this? For some reason. Like, did DC private this? Is that the issue? So I can no longer react to it? Is that what's happening right now? Yo, would somebody do me a favor?
Sorry.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I'm having internet issues. I've been having.
Okay, my bad. I apologize, DC. I apologize for my assumptions. I don't know how Rumble works. This is fucked up. Is it her internet or is it Rumble in general? I don't know. But my apologies, DC, for thinking that you would ever pull a Sam and fucking private this so I couldn't react to it. I apologize.
Weird internet issues on and off today. So what he suggested was, when I told him about all the other things that had happened since I filed that report, he made a suggestion to me, which I am not going to share with the group. But he made a suggestion, which I'm going to follow. So what I'm going to do is I am going to follow the judge's instructions.
Listen here, Strawberry Kiwi. Kiwi says she didn't explain shit, Russ. She levied bull-faced lies at me. It's my opinion. Do you understand that my opinion are not lies? You don't agree? Fine. But my opinion is that you came in here defending DC's fucking plight. That's my opinion. You disagree? Say that. It's not me lying. I just have an opinion that you disagree with. Do you see the difference? You have opinions all day on Kiwi Farms, right? This is my space where I give my opinion. Do you understand? It's not a lie. It's just an opinion you don't agree with.
Now, one of the things that he told me was, that in Maricopa County, if indeed that is even where Tragic lives, and Tragic, I just want you to know that if I got the address wrong, because I was given the wrong address, there are people who have been messaging me who have gone full bore, don't fuck with cats on your videos. And they're taking a look at doorknobs, they're taking a look at decor, they're taking a look at the walls of where you're streaming from. And they think that they're pretty close to figuring out where you were streaming from. Now, I know that you've been using a green screen recently because you don't want people to know where you are, but
So that is the issue. Is that the issue? Is that the reason why he couldn't properly be served? Because she doesn't have his up to date address of where he's living now? Because that matters a whole lot. And the truth is, too, she's very right. People like, yo, have you ever seen that guy? I think he does TikToks, but I think he does YouTube as well. He can pinpoint where somebody is down to like just using the craziest, most minute fucking details. It is insane. He can find you with, oh my God, it's scary. But she's right. With the right kind of people looking at his backgrounds and looking at the background of pictures he's posted, the right person can figure out whereabouts he lives just based on that alone. That is fucking scary. Fucking scary.
trust me when I tell you that the people that I'm going to hire to serve you are going to find you. You can run, but these are professionals and they will find you and they will serve you. And then it will be up to you to decide whether or not you want to show up in court. I don't know what the fuck you're so afraid of. Aren't you the one who calls me some old bag of shit? What are you so afraid of? What am I going to do to you? Nothing. We're not even in the same state. I promise.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, in this particular, first of all, Tragic in general, he has a lot coming to him karmically, and he has been just willy nilly doing illegal fucking shit to countless fucking people in this space. And him too. He ping pongs back and forth. Who is his alliance of the day? Who is his enemy of the day? It's always dictated by somebody else, always dictated by some fucking ridiculous shit. He plays the strong arm for whoever he's licking ass of the day. And it's like he really fucked up when it comes to this particular situation. Like he didn't even try to fucking hide his voice. This would have been the prime time to use some type of voice changer when making a false fucking felonious 911 call against your well documented fucking internet enemies. Like, idiot, man. But she really, it's all going to boil down to can she legitimately find his current home address? And this is very unfortunate too. I don't think she should have talked about this publicly at all because now he knows to be on the lookout. Now he knows that potentially he's going to be served. None of this should have been discussed. None of it. Like this was a mistake to discuss this before he's properly served.
I'll leave the guns at home. I'm not going to shoot the TV screen in the courtroom. And nobody's going to Arizona to track you down. But you will be found and you will be served eventually. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to rest until I know that you're fucking served. I have 2 different addresses for you, and I'm going to be hiring people in 2 different cities to find you, to track you down, and to get you served. Yeah.
Yikes.
Somehow or another, those documents are going to end up in your hands. And then, whether right? But why, Belinda? Why? Come on. Come on. You're such a tough guy on stream. Be a tough guy in front of a judge.
You see what I'm saying? Like, regardless if the person that that DC was talking about, regardless if it actually is Belinda or Gaining Ground. Now, with Belinda appearing in her chat, with how active she has recently been in Gaining Ground and Belinda's chat, people are going to assume that it's either one of them or both of them. And like I said, I think it is malicious. I think it's fucked up that she would talk about it in the beginning of this stream the way that she did, that she would use words like alliances or friends in regards to either of them with everything that has gone down. Like, it's just, it comes off as with purpose, with absolute fucking purpose.
What do you have to hide? You can tell him your whole little fantasy story about the AI and how Owl edited that 911 call, and give all your little bullshit excuses that only 2 people in your server believe. Go ahead. Here's what I would suggest. Hey Betty, how you doing? Here's what I would suggest though. Or here's a warning. Here's a warning. I'm about to sit down and write a very lengthy narrative.
You think it's malicious to assume, Strawberry Kiwi? Are you kidding? Do you know better than I do who she is and who she's been as a person to so many different people, including some people that you care about. It's not like I'm just pulling these assumptions out of my asshole. I'm making assumptions based on evidence, based on the evidence that I've laid out in this stream alone, and based on years and years and years of past behavior. If one is going to make an assumption, that's the way you make one, based on fucking facts and evidence. So, no, it's not malicious to assume. It's smart to assume. It is smart to assume that somebody who has displayed exactly who they are for so many fucking years, it is smart to assume that they are that same person right now. Like, yikes.
Per the judge's instructions. If I were you and I gave a shit, which I think that deep down inside somewhere in that.
Dude, you are just dishonest, Strawberry Kiwi. You are dishonest. You don't know how to engage with opinions that you don't agree with. You don't. I've seen the way that you conduct yourself on Kiwi Farms. I've seen the disgusting things that you say about the people that you fucking cozy up to when they slightly disagree with you. Like, enough. Enough. I don't respect how you function. I don't respect anything that you say. I'll allow you to talk in chat because that's what I do, but I don't respect you. Your words, your opinions mean nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. Dude, do I need to tell you who you've cozied up to? You're well aware. Everybody in chat is well aware. The point is, you have a problem with opinions that differ from your own. You think that you have the right opinion. And when somebody brings up a good or valid point, you go backwards to semantics. You try and argue semantics instead. Like, I see you. People are afraid to disagree with you and to challenge you on Kiwi Farms. I don't give a fuck. Do you understand that I don't give a fuck and that I don't respect you? And you're not going to run my chat like you tried to run fucking Kiwi Farms like a dictatorship. Like, you're weird, dude. The way you talk, how hateful you are, like, there's something wrong. There's genuinely something wrong with you, with the way that you function, with the way that you carry yourself, with the way people cower to you and kowtow to your fucking opinions. Like, ill. Like, ugh. And you know what else I'll never forget? You go with the popularity. You are a follower just like everybody else. As much as you pretend not to be, you're a follower just the same. You fucking followed right along. You championed fucking Sam and Yaba like they were the greatest thing fucking coming. And then, of course, now you hate them again because the tides have turned and they played Belinda just like I fucking said they would. Like you're a follower just like everybody else. You participate in groupthink. You just think you don't. You pretend you don't. Like, yikes. Makes it worse.
That pea rattling around in a tin cup that passes for a brain in your head. I think that you don't want this to happen, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We will end up in court one way or another, or I will. Whether you show up is up to you. But if I were you, I would put a leash on that rage pig and on Alex and on your server. I would stop making fucking threats. I would stop bragging about.
Hold on a second. I'm looking at Russ, you need to stop willy-nilly blocking people. Like, seriously. You cannot do that. That's not how I function in my chat. I'm having a conversation. I want to have a back and forth conversation. If ever I want somebody blocked, I will say so. Do not just willy-nilly block people and fucking time them out. If I am actively engaging in a back and forth conversation, that is not how I run my chat, dude. You can't do shit like that. And Sama, I agree with your decision. I can see everything people do. I can't see it on my immediate screen, but if I go over to the YouTube, I can see everything. It gives me a little list in a different color of everything the mods have done. I can tell who modded who out. I mean, who timed who out, who blocked who. Like, I can see all of that. Do not do that unless you are asked or unless there is valid reason to do so and I'm too busy to notice. Like, yikes.
Recruiting people to harm us or go IRL on us in any way. Because every single statement that is made in a chat or on a stream is going to be recorded and it's going to be used as evidence in court against you. Everything. Everything. Did you tell AK that I was trying to serve you, or did you lie to her? Did you lie to your little, harem over in the bodega server? I suspect you did.
Wait, what does she mean by that? Why would he lie to AK about her trying to serve him? I don't understand that.
Because you said that somebody from out of state was trying to serve you with legal papers. Did you think it was the other two, or did you know it was me? Well, now you know it was me.
Yeah, dude, I think it's such a mistake that he knows now. Like, whose bright idea was it to tell him or to ever let him know that he was about to be served or that there was potential for him to be served? Especially if she wasn't sure that she had his right address in the first place, because he wouldn't have been notified, obviously. Like, oh, it's a mistake.
And yes, I did lie to my audience. Yeah, that was part of the initial complaint, Belinda. That was in the original filing. So, yeah. Wasting more time of the Connorsville Police Department, a tiny city with a raging drug problem, and you're wasting their time. I keep on telling you, it's a small town, and people don't like the scant resources that we have available to us here getting wasted by idiots like you. Motorboat, what's up? What's up, bud? Stop making threats. Stop weaponizing people. Because all of it is going to be used against you. And you're not going to be able to claim, oh, it wasn't me. The words came out of your mouth.
I will never understand. There is no value in this. There is no value in making these bold statements online. It was such a mistake to let him know that he was about to be served. This is one particular situation where you've got him. You've actually fucking got him. It's definitely him. There are absolutely ways. There's an electronic paper trail to prove that that was him on that phone call. Like I don't understand. Like none of this is necessary. It's not necessary to rub it in his face when he has not been fucking served yet. Like, what is the purpose of this at the end of the day? It completely fucks up the goal at hand. Completely fucks it up.
And if you say, oh, well, I'm not going to do anything, somebody else is going to do it. Yeah. And who said it? You did. And Pressa, just so that you guys know, that whole crew is going to be streaming at 5. So I told them that I wasn't going to stream that long because I wanted to leave the time open for everybody to stream, because I love Swede and Motorboats and Impressas and everybody else's streams. I love those streams. So if you guys want to drop the channel in chat, go ahead, so that everybody knows to show up at 5 p.m. You have threatened my business. You have fucked with my income. You have fucked with my family. And you know what?
Yes, he has done all of those things. Why feel the need to make this public fucking spectacle? You only do yourself a fucking disservice. You only do your goal, the goal at hand, a fucking disservice with all of this. With all of this. I don't understand how these people never fucking learn. Never, ever, ever, ever fucking learn.
And you know what the biggest mistake was that you made, apart from calling 911 and all that shit? Those little comments that you made about getting a hold of a Yahoo data breach and saying that anybody we don't like is going to have some sort of crypto thing listed or something like that. I've got the printout, and it was part of my filing today. I was going to bring it as supplemental evidence of what you've been up to. Right around the time that Negs's old Instagram account was hacked, and he was locked out of it. And there were postings on there about Bitcoin and shit like that, and about buying a Tesla and buying a house in LA. And I saw that today there was some posting about buying some other car, whatever. Followed closely by Negs, every single one of Negs's financial apps getting hacked. Do I know you did it? Somebody told me, someone who I trust, somebody whose opinion I respect, told me that you're too fucking stupid to do something like that on your own. And it was probably AK that did it, because she's more computer savvy than you are. But you're going to get blamed for it. Tragic. So what do we have? Let's review.
There are also other ways to do that. Everything she just talked about, there are definitely other ways that that can be done, where the person themselves does not need to be in the know and does not have to necessarily be doing the deed personally themselves. Now, I'm not going to elaborate on that because I don't want to give anybody any fucking bad actors. I don't want to give anybody ideas who don't know that this exists or what I'm potentially talking about. But there are definitely ways that he could be responsible for those things without actually being like firsthand involved himself, which is unfortunate, and it makes it incredibly hard to prove and damn near impossible to fucking pin him with. You know what I mean?
We've got you threatening me. You threatened to come to the grand opening and bring that idiot Mr. T, who has a history of violent crime, by the way. You ran a GoFundMe to come to Connersville for the grand opening and bring that crazy scumbag with you. Then we've got you threatening me when I wrote that email to Sherry asking her to tell you to back the fuck off and stop. And you threatened me again. I've got a printout of that. I was going to show the judge that today too. Then we've got you calling the police. I've got one recording of you calling the police in Connersville, and I understand that you called the police more than once in Connersville, wasting their time. Then we have the data.
That's really fucking serious. Not only is that a felony, but if he was convicted, but that's a criminal offense. That's why I don't understand maybe like what would need to happen for him to be charged or the allegations to be made in a criminal court of law, because it's serious. If he was charged, not only is it a felony, but he would potentially be responsible for reimbursing the money like wasted in terms of those emergency services. Like it's a serious fucking offense. That's why I don't know. Like what do you is it because they're not in the same state and it's she would need to appear physically to make a police report to make it a legitimate criminal offense, which it really is. Like, of course, there's a harassment aspect as well, definitely. But there's definitely, this is the first time that I've seen personally in regards to this space and what we discuss and all of this court shit. This is the first time where this is a clear case of criminal fucking behavior. Like prosecutable criminal acts that occurred and can be proven with evidence. So it's like, I feel like that should be the goal. No, shouldn't that be the goal above all? And then the civil portion of it be secondary? I don't know.
Breach. We have the Instagram hack. Got that. What else do we have? Oh, right, I forgot. Didn't Outspoken send me a Discord DM a few months ago with one of Negs's passwords in it? And I don't know which Outspoken that was. Was that Outspoken or was that you, Tragic? Because I understand that you like to impersonate Outspoken on social media. So I told Negs and he changed all of his passwords. Yeah, we've got that. I've got a copy of that message too. And now what do we have? We have you making open threats to us again. Tragic. You know what this is called? You know what this is called? This is called a pattern. It's a pattern of behavior, of harassment and stalking, and possible internet crime. Yeah, it is highly illegal, Penny. And don't bother coming to the store. It's going to be closed for a while. We are reassessing our hours of opening, whether or not it's even worth it to open the store. Business has been completely dead. It's been dead at our store, at the tattoo shop, and at the vape shop.
Yo, it's been a fucking mistake from Jump Street to have a storefront, physical fucking store anyway. I will never understand why, first of all, why DC decided to bankroll that ever. I don't understand why Negs ever even wanted to make that decision, especially with fucking the prevalence and the success of e-commerce. Like, do you know how much there would be almost no, it would cost you nothing to sell the same goods out of your fucking bedroom. Like this whole debacle, this whole store situation, it was a money sink from fucking Jump Street. Like, I guess kudos for her trying to be supportive of his dreams or whatever. But at some point, you got to step in and be like, hey, this is a bad fucking idea. And this is a really huge waste of money, time, and fucking energy. Like, holy Jesus.
Nobody is out shopping. I don't know why, but nobody's out doing anything, really. Even the Save-A-Lot is dead. So I don't know if it's worth it to actually open the store.
What the fuck are you talking about, Strawberry Kiwi? Anything to say about those fake nudes of an innocent girl the bodega is posting all over Twitter? No. Because I personally don't look in his fucking direction. But is it wrong? Of course it's wrong. Revenge porn, no matter who the fuck is engaging in it, whether you like them today or you don't, it's fucking wrong. all the time, 100% of the time. And if you want to talk about some real revenge porn, I have a way better example of tragic engaging in just that. It wouldn't be whatever the fuck you just said. Like the argument for me personally, and you just proved my point, so I thank you, is that all of these people are all birds of a feather. They are all the fucking same. All of them are the same. All of them. They all will engage in this fucking behavior as long as it suits them, when it suits them. They're all the same. Nobody is any better. Nobody is any worse. That's the point.
But just a friendly reminder that photography and videography inside the store is forbidden, and anybody who tries to do it will be trespassed. Also, a reminder that when I work at the store, I'm there by myself, although I'm there with Bug. Bug doesn't take kindly to fuck shit. And if I call the police will be there in about 2 minutes. We're not that far from the police station. And they're already aware that there's fuck shit going on that's been directed at the store. We've had much more than the 911 call and much more than Sam sending that guy into the store. So, tragic.
I mean, that's fucking gross too. All of these people, they always take it to the next fucking level. Sam did do that, and she fucking gleefully and proudly fucking admitted it too. I'll never understand that either. Like, if you're going to engage in this very illegal fucking harassment type behavior, why are you so fucking keen to admit it publicly? I'll never understand these fucking people and their child fucking minds ever.
Every single threat that you, the Rage Pig, Anna, or anybody in your circle makes from now on is going to be added to the case, and it's going to be presented in front of a judge. And I do mean everything. Everything is going to be presented in front of the judge. And you're going to have to explain why it is that you have been on this mission for months to try to destroy our business, try to destroy our finances.
Dude, first you gotta lock him down and serve him with fucking court papers. That needs to come first. Like, you can sit here all day and make a stream and have everybody rile everybody up and fucking agree with you, and that's fine, that's well. But you should have waited to do this until after he was fucking served. You know, the hiding he's been doing on the internet? He's never going to be the one ever to answer the door. He's always going to be looking behind his fucking shoulder if he goes out, when he goes out. Now that he knows that he is potentially going to be served for something that he definitely did that was a felony, that there is absolute electronic fucking receipts to back that up. This is cut and dry. So how you could be so careless in warning him what's to come, I will never understand it. Just so you could gloat, just so you could publicly gloat and get fucking public ass pats. Like, it's not worth it. You could have done this in a few months' time when all was said and done. Ugh, just a mistake.
You're going to have to explain that to a small town judge who has undoubtedly heard all about the police and fire and EMS visit to our store already, probably from his brother-in-law. And I'm going to walk the judge through the layout of the store and how there is no back door to the store, and how fire and police and EMS wasted all that time looking for a back door to our store that doesn't exist. All that time wasted. Emergency responders chasing their tails looking for an entrance that didn't exist because they heard that kids were in danger because there was a fire in the store, when there were no kids in the store. There is no back entrance, and I was there by myself. So Again, tragic, rage pig, Alex, bitches in the server. Proceed with caution because I am documenting everything and it is going to be included
Ugh.
in a narrative that I am writing up per the judge's request. So, well played, buddy.
You know what I want to know? Do you remember earlier, a little bit earlier in stream, DC talked about, she said something along the lines of Tragic was lying, or did Tragic lie to AK about who was serving her or whatever? Like, who who was the first person to let the cat out of the bag that Tragic was potentially being served for this particular situation in the first place? Does anybody know that? Does anybody know, like, who was the first person who decided to forewarn Tragic that he was potentially being served with these finally legitimate court documents for him to appear in court? Does anybody know that? Um, yeah, I don't know either. Sama says, I think it was Mimo, but I could be mistaken. Yeah, I think it was too, because of the way that she spoke about it initially. It makes it sound like it was her as well, because I think I remember her saying, I warned him. Or, so I'm assuming she did it in a very similar way as to how she's making threats and gloating in this public stream right now. I'm assuming she did the same in regards to, like, why? I really can't stress enough. Why would you ever think it was a good idea to fucking forewarn him that he was going to potentially be served? You finally fucking got him. Finally. Something where there is absolute fucking evidence. This isn't opinion based. It has nothing to do with he said, she said. It is legitimate, where there is absolute proof, where there is an electronic fucking paper trail behind it. Why would you ever fucking forewarn him? Ever? Yikes. Yikes. Like, yo, I know you guys so badly want my attention, and you so badly want to keep engaging because you just can't handle that I have a different opinion than you do. But I already addressed everything you're saying. So say something new. And maybe if I feel like it, maybe I'll address it. Like, this is pathetic. You already said this. You've been saying this, what I just put on screen. You've been saying this for over a half hour. You can't just accept that I have a different opinion than you. You can't accept that you and I feel very differently about the situation and that we see the world very differently. Like, you need to learn to accept that. I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't. I mean, listen, I'd be down. Capone Boxer says, let's have a panel and talk it out. Oh, I would have a panel with anybody. But Kiwi farmers, they don't do shit like that. They don't appear on panel. They don't have verbal conversations. They won't even fucking show the public their voices. You know what I mean? So ask them. I'm down to talk to anybody about anything, anytime. I mean, there was a weather report. What does that mean? Happy 4th, you guys full of wieners yet? Oh, in more ways than one, let me tell you, Hexy. Oh my God. Dude, I talk verbally. I'm not going to sit there and have a typing text back and forth with you. Are you too afraid? Do you need to go to your domain where you feel you have the support of all of the people that follow behind you? You can't have a normal human conversation verbally. Like, that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. You're too cowardly to come on stream and actually talk it out like a fucking human being, like an adult verbally. You will only engage with me in your domain where you feel safe, where we have to fucking type back and forth. Like, yikes. Nikki B, everybody's bitching. It's not everybody. It is a select few Kiwi farmers and those who champion that whole situation. It's not everybody. Don't even put that on everybody here. Like, yikes. These people can't stand that I don't give a fuck about the farms and that I will not kowtow to their bullshit. And that when I look upon what they say and how they engage and their opinions, I have zero respect for them as people, as human beings, as adults. Like, I'm not afraid of you. I don't respect you. In fact, I feel quite sorry for you. I feel really sorry for you. Yeah. Me too, Mr. Stripes. I'm always laughing at the crazy. It never stops, too. It never stops. And ay ay ay. And I'm somehow always surprised. I'm somehow always surprised by what occurs. Oh, oh, Kiwi's upset. Kiwi's upset. She says, "Oh no, the retard doesn't respect me." Uh-oh, guys. I'm successfully getting under Strawberry Kiwi's fucking fingernails. Thanks for showing me. God, you can't even help yourself. You can't even fucking help yourself. Crazy. K Petty says, it does seem like Belinda is avoiding comments in Twitter and some streams, but it is a holiday week and life happens. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't necessarily agree with that. I've not seen that. But what I have seen is that there is definite backlash from audience members, that there's like a rapport built where, and I think it is a direct result of what DC said. And I don't know if she did it like maliciously. Like, I don't know if she did it on purpose to be malicious and manipulative, but it seems that way because of just the evidence I see before me, and just the proof, like the aftermath to me is proof enough. It's just fucked up. It's super fucked up. It's always fucked up. These people really don't care about anybody but themselves. At the end of the day, I mean, so much has happened. Do you think that DC is going to sit there and have a hole in her heart because people are being mean to Belinda, or because people are treating Belinda unfairly? Like, no, some small part of her is going to celebrate that fact because not so long ago they were fucking enemies. And to be honest, like, what do they have? What does anybody have that has made them not enemies now, other than a shared new enemy? So it's just, to me, it was absolutely fucked up that DC decided to speak the way that she did. And mention? Like, why mention? If you're actually so filled with gratitude and you're so grateful to these people who kept it under wraps, why mention it publicly and speak ambiguously so that people will assume who you mean and then get angry at them over it? Like, it's all fucked up. It all comes off as extremely malicious and purposeful. And it's really fucked up. Um No, that's not it at all. Nikki B says, "Is that what this is about?" P saying DC is in cahoots with Belinda. Okay, call her an idiot and move on. No, that's not what I'm saying at all, Nikki B. What I'm saying, and that's not even the thesis of this live stream. It's just something I touched on because of something that DC said. DC spoke ambiguously about people that she had shared information with, and she spoke ambiguously, didn't name names, but under the circumstances, she knows people are going to assume that she means either Belinda or Gaining Ground or both. And then, what else? And I think and she also chose to use the words friends and alliances in regards to these two ambiguous unnamed people. So in my opinion, I think DC said what she said with malicious intent. That's how I feel about it. I agree always on that time, Maru. It's always a good day to fan your genitalia. Pussies and cock. Where does that come from? um K Petty says, if the same people are good enough to be in chat to support you when DC/Attic attacks you, then respect said same people. When a POS like DC comes into the space, it's actually disrespectful. Wait, I don't think I understand what that means. If the same people are good enough to be in chat to support you when can you say that differently, K Patty? I don't know why, but I'm having a hard time understanding what you mean. And if I'm understanding it at all, I don't think somebody simply being in someone else's chat, that's not a good that's not like proof pudding right now. Strawberry Kiwi is in my chat right now and I'm engaging with them. It doesn't mean that we're friends or allies or that we even necessarily like each other. So I don't think somebody simply being in somebody else's chat, I don't think that means anything. I don't think you can judge. I don't think you can judge based on that alone. But restate what you said. I don't think I understand completely what you meant. Dude, Opal, these people are they're going to keep saying, they're going to keep repeating themselves in chat. They're going to keep repeating themselves because they are so butthurt that they don't agree with my opinions. So much so that they felt the need to come into my chat and fucking just continue to spam the fucking chat with the same shit over and over and over again. I don't know if they're used to, engaging like that with others and then people will change their opinion, but that's not going to happen here. I'm sorry. I'm real sorry about it. That's not how it goes here. It's never going to go like that here. K Petty says it means don't fuck over your supporters and cause confusion by making it appear you are an alliance. And that is what it appears to be with Belinda. Sorry, guys. No, I disagree with you, K Petty. I disagree with you entirely. Um, and that's a really weird thing to say. I don't think it, like, let's just pretend for a second. Let's pretend for a second that Belinda was in alliance with DC. That doesn't fuck over her audience. Like, that has nothing to do with it. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. Um she let's just, and I don't think that's the case, but if that were the case, like, the audience has nothing to do with it. That would just be her engaging in hypocrisy and enemy of my enemy. So it would be her being morally inconsistent. But I mean, I guess in terms of that, if you're coming from that angle and saying she's fucking over her audience in that way, then maybe. But where I'm coming from in this particular stream, because of what DC said, it seems to me as though DC used that ambiguous language and said what she said purposely to make it appear like Belinda and Gaining Ground are closer than they actually are. Like, it doesn't mean you're friends or alliances if you are sharing documents and sharing information about somebody who is actively fucking harassing and aggressing upon you on the internet. That doesn't mean you're friends. That doesn't mean you're allies. And I've got to say, I don't think the onus is on Belinda in this at all. Belinda has been clear. Like, I've talked about it with her personally. I've talked about it. She's talked about it publicly. Like, she's made it clear that a friendship is not possible because of everything that has occurred. That's why it makes it really come off as malicious. And even if, like, I see people in chat, like Strawberry Douche specifically and Friend, keep saying, oh, it wasn't even them, that makes it worse. If who DC Media Girl is talking about with her ambiguous language, if it's not Gaining Ground or Belinda or both, it makes it even worse. Because the way that she spoke and the way things are framed, it looks like she is talking about them. So if she's not, it's even fucking worse. And because these two are the only two that I've seen suffer the consequences of what fucking DC just said. I've not seen anyone else suffer the fucking backlash of what DC just manipulatively chose to fucking say. So it makes it fucking worse. And Friend. Yeah, I mean, you should know, if you watch me for long enough, if you are screaming in my chat that you desperately want attention, that is the best way to definitely not get it. That's why they will only be addressed, if at all, as Friend.
Well played. You think I'm joking? Did you see that filing? What, did you let Owl and Welfare Wig and all those people convince you that I was lying, that I was bullshitting? I wasn't lying and I wasn't bullshitting. So, anyway. That's all I have to say. That's what I did on my summer vacation. So anyway, by the end of the week, this should be wrapped up. And I will proceed. And so from now until then, I'm going to go dark. I have no updates unless Medicare does another stream. If he does a 4th of July stream, you'll see me again, because I think that
Bro, truth, DC, I don't know who the fuck you have around you. I don't know who is advising you. I don't know any of that, but you shouldn't have done this stream. You shouldn't have done this stream to gloat, to threaten, to fucking forewarn as to what's to come and how you're going to do it and when and why and how. Like, it's a fucking mistake. It is an absolute fucking mistake. And if you DC are the first person who ever put it out on the internet that serving him legitimate court papers finally for once were even a possibility, like, you fucked up. I'm sorry to tell you. You fucked up. Even if you do get his proper address, he is forever going to be looking over his shoulder and expecting it now. Like, I tell you this because I hope you learn from it. And I hope that you didn't fumble this fucking rare opportunity where there is actual fucking evidence to back it up for once. For fucking once. Like, yikes. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. It's disappointing. I wish that these people had chosen to play this very differently. I wish they had kept it under wraps entirely until those papers were served, because this was all about the public fucking show. And for what, man? For what? You shot yourself in the foot potentially. For what? Janice says, from my own experience, it's very hard to hide from a process server, but I guess we'll see. I agree with you. And I'm hoping, like, I'm banking on that fact. However, Janice, do you want to know what makes it easier? Somebody who does not have a set schedule. Like, by what it appears, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have, so it seems as though he does not have a daily or a weekly routine that somebody could clock him and figure out where he's going to be and how to find him. I think for somebody living his particular lifestyle, it's going to be the easiest for somebody like him to evade a fucking process server. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Oh, Belinda's here. Hey, Belinda. Did you just get here? Did you watch any of this? Nikki B says, he's going to be served regardless. I hope so. I sure hope so. I think, tell me if I'm wrong on this. I think as long as DC gets his proper home address, isn't it the kind of thing where as long as she gets his proper address, there's a certain amount of time that he has to be served, but then he's due in court anyway, no matter what. It just gets handled a little bit differently. Am I wrong on that? I have to look that up appropriately. Like, because that can't be how it works. I think it's just a matter of time and court being held a specific certain way when it comes to process server. Let me look it up right now. Hold on. Let's look it up right now together. What happens if a process server can't find you? I guess that's the way to phrase it. Okay, listen here, guys. If the target cannot be found, some jurisdictions allow for what's called substituted service, whereby the court papers are given to a roommate or, in some cases, a teenager of appropriate age. This is considered legal in some places, though only acceptable once all other options have been exhausted. There we go. There we have it. And I think we would need to do some research on what are the stipulations for his particular jurisdiction. All of that's going to come into play. All of that's going to matter. But I knew that it could not be as simple as, oh, you can evade court ramifications if you just hide for long enough from the court process server. I knew that could not be the way that it works. Because nobody would ever be fucking served. Do you know what I mean? Like, no fucking way. Oi. I don't actually, Hexy. That's a joke. That's an inside joke between Olap and myself. Olap loves to come in here and fucking make allegations of my Vienna sausage eating and obsessions. Oh, and thank you, Belinda. I love you too. I love you too. You know what's crazy to me? It's so crazy. Hold on, let me find this to put it on screen while I say this. You know what's crazy to me? How everybody's coming in here all up in arms again in a situation where I am saying that you have potentially been treated wrong. Like, what? Why do you, like, what the fuck? Why are you so upset? If you disagree, disagree. Like, yikes. But I genuinely feel as though DC spoke the way that she did and used the words that she did, using the words friend and alliances. I feel like she did it with nefarious fucking intent. And I've seen the backlash that both you and Gaining Ground have gotten as a result of it. And people have also come to me directly. Like, I hate to say it, but it's just what it is. I wish it wasn't like this, but it is. Strawberry kiwi. If she didn't mean Belinda and Gaining Ground, I think she meant either one or Belinda or both. If she didn't mean them, it makes it even worse because they are the ones suffering the fucking consequences. It is their audience that feels betrayed or is questioning their own fucking morality or their own willingness to align with enemy of my enemy. If she didn't mean Belinda or Gaining Ground, it's even worse because that's what people are fucking assuming. No, Stephanie, I'm not. I'm telling you, you don't understand. I've had so many people, trusted mutuals, come to me in DMs and be like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? That's what led me to react to this in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying? And I see Twitter. I see what everybody's saying on Twitter. Of course I do. Yeah, I mean, Belinda, it makes it even worse if she wasn't talking about you because people assumed that she was. People assumed that she was talking about either you or Gaining Ground or both of you. And you know what it may be a result of? It may be as a result of people not knowing the beef or the history of ATX and whatever that other person's name was. I don't want to, I mean, I would never air people out, but I've had several different people. I'm talking about trusted, loyal, years long fucking mutuals asking me like, oh my God, are they actually alliances with DC now? And I'm like, do you know how much time I've spent DMing with people being like, absolutely not. Oh my God, are you crazy? No, they're not friends. No, they're not fucking alliances. And then after I see and hear all of this, and then I hear DC say that and speak so ambiguously, and then actively in Belinda's and Gaining Ground's chat, like, yeah, based on the history and based on who DC has shown herself to be, I'm going to assume that it was done with malicious fucking intent. Yeah, dude, it's not just Silvana though, Belinda. It's not just Silvana at all. And when it comes to Silvana is hurt because she is the one who was, she was the one who her revenge porn was shared. And I know DC is not the one who shared it, but what DC did, the way that she lied and the way that she just gaslit in regards to what was actually done, like, it was disgusting. It added insult to injury. And it makes it even worse because DC had said herself very boldly. DC said, if I ever find out that Neg's engaged in revenge porn, I will be the first one to fucking read him the riot act. And then when that day came, and when she was showed obvious fucking evidence and proof of him doing just that, She chose to sit by the fucking wayside and lie with him and for him. And it was fucked up. It was really fucked up. And she's hurt, man. She's hurt, and I've got to say, she's not the only person. She's not the only person. I've been talking to her for a long time. She's been super hurt about everybody seemingly forgetting the dirty deeds that DC has committed. But I promise you, it's not only Silvana. Girly Pup says, I really respect you today, P. You speak your mind, and I respect that. I mean, thank you for saying that. I really appreciate you saying that. And the reason why I'm so disliked by a lot of people is because I'm always going to. I'm always going to speak my mind. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to shut my mouth. I'm not going to button my lip for because there are some people who would feel like this. Oh, let me paint you a picture and then I'll tell you exactly who I'm not. There are certain people that if they felt the way that I did about the interaction between Strawberry Kiwi, like the way her and I spoke today and butted heads and disagreed, there are some people who would choose not to acknowledge that publicly or out loud because they wouldn't want to seemingly give a gift to other people who hate Strawberry Douche, like Sam and Yaba, for instance. I personally, I do not function that way. I'm not going to not have a conversation and be weird publicly because of weird fucking mutual hate for a fucking stranger online. If something's fucked up, I'm going to say it. If I have an opinion, I'm going to talk about it. And I really don't care who has a problem with it. I don't play this fucking weird, stupid alliance bullshit. It's weird. It's childish. And I don't know what. Oh, there's no difference. Jennifer H, and that's the point. Jennifer H says, can someone explain to me what is the difference between the attic and the bodega? Truth be told is there is no difference. There is none. In terms of behavior, in terms of disgusting deeds committed towards others, there is no difference. But if you're asking honestly, I'll answer that too. The attic is Negs and DC Media Girl, and the bodega is consistent of Tragic and AK, and like all who orbit them at the moment. That's the real difference. Sam and Yavigan kiss my hiney. Yeah, I mean, that's the point, David Anthony. You know what's crazy? It's like, why can't we just? I wish everybody was capable of just having conversations. We should be able to have the conversation of, yes, what Tragic has done was fucked up. We can all support DC taking him to court and prosecuting him, where he's finally slipped up to such a degree that there is provable fucking evidence. We can all support that without pretending that DC has not engaged in all of the disgusting shit that she's engaged in. Do you know what I mean? And another thing too, like you cannot automatically assume. There's another thing too, and I haven't spoken this enough. To those who have given Gaining Ground and Belinda backlash for what appears to some as a friendship or an alliance, you cannot assume that simply because they are engaging and in each other's chats, that doesn't mean they're best fucking friends. It means that they're sharing information about a common goal, because this is the first time that there's ever been provable fucking evidence that can take this person to court, and he has aggressed upon and fucking just been disgusting to so many different people. Like, people need to understand that it's not like the black and white thinking in this space is crazy. Super fucking crazy. Yeah, I know. Dude, I know that. Belinda, I know that. You've made that very clear. Especially, like I said at the beginning of the stream, some of the things that have been done to you and some of the things that DC has sat by and as a result been complicit in. Like, I can't believe that anybody would ever think that you and her could ever be friends. It's crazy. Janine says, I have no dealings with the attic and the bodega. Just watch on some reaction channels. Ugh. I don't know how anybody could watch the bodega at all. Like, at least when it comes to the attic, like DC and Negs, well, not Negs necessarily. I can't watch him at all. Like, at least with DC, she can be quite entertaining. She can be quite funny. Uh, but like I can't understand anybody who keeps up with bodega and their fucking antics. Like, they never even try to entertain. It's never funny. It's never like, it's just always some type of defamation, criminal fucking acts, fucking lies, fucking cruelty. Like, there's no entertainment to be had there. That's why I barely even talk about them unless it is absolutely necessary and it's something else connected. Yeah, Belinda, you should. You should rewind. You should watch it from the beginning. I don't know if anybody told you that I'm criticizing you, because I'm not. Criticizing DC from Jump Street. Criticizing DC because it appeared to me, especially because of the backlash that I've seen both you and Gaining Ground receive, it seems to me like DC purposely, with purpose, on purpose, used the language that she did, knowing exactly what was going to fucking happen. I mean, yeah, that too, Stephanie. Thank you for reminding. Belinda, I suggest that you really do watch the chat, just so I won't even influence you. Just watch the chat. Read the chat, listen to my responses to the chat. Yeah, I mean, of course, Russ. Russ says, Pistachio, you want to know something? And I told Hussy this already. The bodega made so many false accusations towards Gigi and AK. Never once told me anything about Gigi allegedly calling her the P word. All they do is lie. All they do is lie. And the real danger, and what I can't understand that there's any amount of people who just take what they say as fucking gospel and then run with it. But unfortunately, those people fucking exist. As we can see, those people fucking exist. And I think what's really, really important, hold on. Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you, Belinda. Belinda says, I think she was just happy to have some support, to be honest. I think so too. And I think she made a mistake. I think she made too many mistakes as a result of that. That was like, that was probably the main topic of discussion with this particular live stream. I think in DC's want and her quest to finally garner some support and just acceptance and people agreeing with her on the internet again, I think she made some real mistakes. Hold on. I think DC made some real mistakes in choosing to gloat and to speak the way that she did before Tragic was served. I think it was a mistake. I think she shot herself in the foot. I think she prolonged a situation that didn't need to be. It's never a good idea to forewarn him when he's potentially going to be served court papers. Like, that was a huge mistake. And is it worth it at the end of the day? Like, was this live stream and this small amount of hollow support that you're receiving based on a very topical basis, is it worth it? Is it worth it at the end of the day, the way that you just forewarned him and potentially shot yourself in the foot for something that you can finally bring him to a court of law with some actual factual fucking evidence? The answer is no, it's not worth it. It's definitely not fucking worth it. I do too. You know what's funny is I do too. I absolutely there have been so many times, especially like I can remember one of the last live streams I did with Gaining Ground where him and I reacted to DC. I tell her all the time, like I would yell in her direction how capable she is of being funny, and she can be really funny and really entertaining, and I've always given her the advice to lean into that. You know what I mean? And but you can support somebody and enjoy somebody's content without forgetting who they've shown themselves to be. Like those two things can happen at the same time. I know that may seem counterintuitive, but I promise you it's possible. Savannah says she's comedic when she's smug. Yes. Do you know that some of the funniest that she can be when she's being smug and when she will be like really curt and cold and just blurt some shit out of nowhere? She is genuinely capable of being fucking funny and of being entertaining. Like I can't stress that enough. She told you everything you know about pool booking. Do you know that to this day, I still don't even know what the fuck that is? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Like, yikes. Janine says, I can remember DC from years ago when she used to give away expensive purses for people to pay their rent. Wait, what do you mean? She would give other people expensive purses so they could sell it and then pay their own rent? Is that what you mean? Because that's how I'm reading it. Dude, I have no fucking idea. For years, Hecate, I've heard people use that word and say that that was her title in her last job. I have no god. To me, that reminds me of a pool hall. Like, what is she fucking taking bets at the local pool hall? I have no fucking idea what that means. And I've also never cared enough to look it up. My bad. Or what? Listen to Your Heart says pool booker is like a fluffer. Really? For those of you who don't know what a fluffer is the lady who works in porn who will get the worker hard or keep the worker hard for their shoot. So you're saying that it's akin to a fluffer. So what does that mean? Does that mean she's like kissing ass and serving drinks and fulfilling their every need? And if like they want some special type of chocolate covered almonds, she's the one that gets them? Is that what you mean by that? I don't know. Is that what they meant? Dude, I always assumed that too, Dreamer. I knew I was wrong. Like I knew I was wrong, but just the words pool booker alone, I knew this wasn't what it actually was, but I pictured her like, yo, do you know those old school cartoons or those movies where the person would be wearing like a hat and it had like a green see-through fucking visor on it? I pictured her in a chair at a smoky pool hall with one of those green visor hats taking fucking bets in, like, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that wasn't what it is. That's what the fuck it sounds like to me. Yes, but that's what you meant though, right? By fluffer. It means that I would assume when you said fluffer, in regards to what she does, I would assume you meant that she fulfills the fucking needs of the talent, right? She's the one getting the lunches. She's the one you turn to if the talent needs a Diet Coke, right? Who did? Pool bookie. Is that why I'm confusing it? um, I thought that, you know what I thought this said? The Thneeds. Yo, did you guys see that bitch on TikTok that was sent a fucking Thneed by UGG? Do you know what I'm talking about? This bitch was literally sent a fucking Thneed from the company UGG. Potato said, oh God, the dust. Potato says, oh, I thought she had to screen calls to make sure the other person on the line wasn't crazy. I would imagine that that probably like goes hand in hand with it too. I would imagine it's like a melee of different things, different tasks to serve the best benefit of the talent. That's what I would assume. No? Yo, can we talk about Jessica Messica real quick? I think maybe we should start reacting to her and watching her together. I kind of fucking love her. She's the kind of like entertaining, very palatable type of crazy that I personally fucking enjoy. I think maybe we should begin watching her shit together a little bit. How do you guys feel about that? Would you be down for that? I'd be excited for that. Do you guys like Jessica Messica? Hold on, I'm checking my text messages. Yes, see? Okay, you guys are agreeing. Oh, her chat is mean and clicky. Whatever, fuck her chat. We will react to her and we'll talk about it in my chat. Lisa Luhu says, I love her analyzation. Savannah says, yes, please. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do it for sure. Do you want to know what's funny? Let's maybe we'll do it tonight. Maybe we will actually do it tonight because I'm gonna go. I don't want to, I thought I was going to just do a very long stream and cover a bunch of topics, but I don't want to do that. I want to separate them into their proper topics. So each has a separate thumbnail and a separate video to be easier consumable. So let's go. But I'm going to schedule another live stream and we're going to reconvene a little bit later. And maybe we will, just to get out of the shit for a little bit, maybe we will react to Jessica Meska next. But there are some other topics I want to discuss. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll decide. But I am going to schedule another live stream and I will see you guys in a little bit later. So I hope to see you there. And that's it. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.